Hello, my name is Beth, and I'm here at the gallery to share with you how I find the Catch-22 in a cardology chart. I'm going to demonstrate with the singer, songwriter, performer Carole King's chart. Her birth card is a 3 of spades, one of the most difficult and challenging cards to be. So this is meant to be a brief intro into how cardology cards can add depth to the astrology chart. Obviously, in an hour-long reading, we would go into greater depth for a wealth of information. So let's get started. I'm going to move the camera and we'll take a look at Carole's chart. This is Carole King's cardology birth chart. I'm going a little old school on you here, paper, pencil, and I want to point out that the chart is generated from the Cards of Truth software. Okay, so yes, Carole King's cardology birth chart. It's the same chart set up for all 3 of spades, meaning that the cards here will be the same and in the same position for everyone who has a 3 of spades birth card. However, the difference is that everyone's astrology is different. So each birth time gives us a different blueprint of the planets and the houses and the positions. In short, what each of us come into this lifetime with for a personality. So very briefly about Carole's astrology. Because this information is easily available anywhere, but it is where reading a chart starts. And I'll be referring to it off and on. So she was born in February on the 9th, 1942 at 11:42 p.m. The astrology isn't surprising and shows us that she was born Aquarius sun, enterprising, energetic, assertive, Libra rising, charming, intuitive, creative, Sagittarius moon, magnetically independent, and Cancer midheaven. That's the life path, or in cardology, we call it the ecliptic life path. She is heart-led, and home and family is of great importance. So forth and so on. And on the shadow side of things, she also has assertive, combative, and domineering qualities. Okay, the cards. What I want to share with you takes the astrology much deeper. The cards give us another layer, a layer of how we deal emotionally with our astrology. The cards show us how we can embrace our birth blueprint and transform through it into a more aligned life. So let's take a look at how a 3 of spades birth card finds their catch-22 and the tools necessary to do exactly that, transform into a more aligned life. Let's start with a bit about the 3 of spades birth card and what they are here to live their life like. I chose the 3 of spades because it's a card that offers a grand transformation. It's called the Finding Your True Grit card. And I chose Carole King because she is a 3 of spades and somehow she found a way to make it work for her. We'll get to that in a moment. There's a lot to unpack in a personal reading, given your astrology and card combinations. But in a nutshell, for all 3 of spades, we're going to understand how it's about you accepting a life of test after test that's trying to break down your resolve as a way of transformation. Okay, so this overlying Jack of Diamonds here, this is the karma card for a 3 of spades. Interestingly, the overlying card is also your motivator. The underlying card is the 6 of diamonds. This is a supporting karmic card. Essentially, the 6 of diamonds is hard work paying off in solid, grounding ways. The Jack of Diamonds represents discovering values of people, places, things, and self. So, for a three of spades, the motivation and the challenge in this life is to face what and how you value, including your own self worth, through test after test of loss and picking yourself up afterward. That's a lot to understand already. But wait, the information gets stronger. For the three of spades, you see, the karma motivating card is the same as the ecliptic life path card. Test after test to evolve values and self worth. That's the path. Jacks in general can be inventive, smart, witty, charming. They can also be immature and prone to inventing the truth, as well as striving for a more noble led life, with an intuitive knowing that they will be queen or king eventually. This is what the cardology chart does. One thing leads to another. As the string gets pulled and unraveled through the chart, we now know the umbrella in which the three of spades lives under and emotional tendencies. Now, I'm going to show you how I find the catch 22, as well as where to find the tools to work with it. I look to the Pluto position first because it's a place of quiet power. As the outermost planet, it doesn't influence the chart very often, but when it does, it's big and often life changing. Once you know what this card means for you and your chart setup, it really starts to reveal the karmic catch 22. So it's in the king's position, and kings are here to transform out of limiting self beliefs so that they can serve the greater good with nobility and wisdom. For the three of spades, there's a two of spades here, making connections of well being. The catch 22 here is that this position in any chart is one of distrust, discounting, or misunderstanding. That out of left field card that you don't see coming. It feels like betrayal. So once you know this, it's like discovering your kryptonite. So just to interject why this is the king position, because the way the chart is set up with the 52 cards, each position has a card. So we go with the sun, the planet, and these are the aces. Aces, sun, twos, moon, threes, Mars, fours, Mercury, fifth position is Jupiter. Sixes, Venus. Sevens, Saturn. And then you have the nodes of the moon, the north node or Rahu, and the south node of the moon, Ketu. Number 10 is the ecliptic path. Then we go to the jacks with Uranus, queens with Neptune, kings with Pluto. Now, how to use it. Again, we pull the string and unravel. Because it's a two, we go to the two position, the emotional moon placement, and see what's there. Seven of clubs, a letting go of what no longer serves you, the easy way or the hard way. It's a seven. So we're going to pull the string again and go to the seventh position. Another seven of spades, more letting go, the hard way or the easy way. Saturn energy, deep life lessons. So all three of spades double up with that karmic life path energy of the Jack of Diamonds. And heavy life lessons learned the hard way with the sevens, loss, energy. back to Carol for a moment. Her sun, her Mercury, herself, her communications, Venus, how she loves, how she is loved, are here with the fourth and fifth house. Mother, family, stability, everything that is important to her. Remember her astrology, right? However, her cards, Seven of Clubs, Moon position, returns again because of the ecliptic path, the X there, to the Jack of Diamonds. It's the life path. Every chart will have their own astrological blueprint. So, of course, this is where Carol is being challenged. And if she embraces that challenge, she'll have the biggest rewards. Now, remember, she's also a fixed sign, the Aquarius. What she wants is stability without interruption. Just let her get on to it, ensconce in it, have home and family on board, not challenges through loss, not a constant letting go of what is or was, and open to what might be the next challenge. It's so uncomfortable. However, and here it is, as an artist, if life was easy, wouldn't that leave her kind of high and dry creatively, considering what she accomplished? Maybe. But however, somehow Carol embraced this constant test after test and used it artistically to create songs that are moving and accessible about the experience of loss. Okay, here's the next part for all three of spades to understand their tools. You're being asked to willingly embrace the two's emotionally led moon energy and make your life path connections of value through it. Whatever that is for you, you'll find where your birth moon is located. For Carol, her birth moon is in Jupiter placement, the planet of joy and the placement of where your karmic transformations are rewarded if you do the work. For the Three of Spades birth card, that work is embracing the test after test of loss and finding the silver lining of your astrology blueprint. This leads to self actualization of how you do you. All of us have the opportunity to transform, and obviously, there's a lot more to share with you about all the positions of the cards in your chart. Honestly, we could be here all day finding the nuances. However, when you book a reading, I'll get into the depth of your astrology birth blueprint and how, combined with the cards, reveal your catch 22 and the tools to unlock your transformation. I'd love to help you find your way. And as always, thank you for watching. Let's do this with kindness and curiosity while we're journeying creatively.